welcome to the office. We thought we'd find a different background for you.
We're in the studio.
We are?
We're in the studio.
Yeah, I know you wanted it all you wanted it to be Barbados on the green screen, but I can't be bothered. Basically, I can't be bothered.
How are we? Are we all good? Is life treating you well?
Yes, apart from the fact I've had toothache this week.
Oh, is that where we're going?
That's where we're going with this.
That's where
And
we're going.
I
It's his
personally
episode.
think that toothache is one of the worst kind of aches. Backache and toothache are the two worst ones.
Well, backache, you can lie down and you can alleviate the pain. I
suppose.
But toothache,
You just want to rip your tooth out of your face.
you actually want to take a sledgehammer to it, don't you?
I mean, don't do that.
Well,
That would be bad.
That's the end of that episode then.
Well, I went to the dentist last week, and I have a lovely dentist. Her name is Sonia.
Sonia.
And
As in Sonia? With a J or with a Y?
no, with a J because she's from Poland.
See? there was method.
There is. I've got a cracked tooth at the back of my mouth. That's not the one that's causing.
I've got
That's
one.
not the one that's causing a problem. So we're keeping an eye on that. And for about 2.5 years, she said, one day you'll come to me and you'll beg me for a root filling and a crown on that. And I go, I'm not there yet. And she went, one day you will. And you can just feel that day edging closer. But no, the toothache's on the other side. But I thought it reminded me. Let's talk about dentistry.
Well, the perils of getting old, isn't it, is that you're going to need all these maintenance visits a lot more as you. Well, you know what I mean.
Makes me sound like I need an MOT.
Your MOT expires a lot quicker
Yeah.
when you get older. This is if you're not old yet, and you're watching this and you're gay, and you're watching this and you're old, but you're not gay. You'll understand.
know.
One day you'll understand.
I know an awful lot of people now, young guys, that just have had all of their teeth capped or veneered. And it does look good. It looks good. I mean, it's like it gives you a bright shine.
Veneers are just over the top,
It's like
aren't
sticking.
they?
But I wonder
Like
how
when you
their
used to get a
teeth
bit of
are
paper and do
underneath.
Cilla Black.
Yeah. I wonder how their teeth are underneath that, though. I don't know. It might be fine.
But they're supposed to be sealed, aren't they? So that the
Supposed to be.
supposed to be. I don't know. Something I haven't experienced of. I hate the dentist.
Yes.
Absolutely
Tell me about
hate
where
it.
this hatred comes
Oh,
from. Can you pinpoint it back in time?
so back in Victorian times when I was a lad,
Yes. You didn't really need to say that because they'd already made that assumption.
I think dentistry's come on such a long way, admittedly, but I think that whole there was an era where they didn't believe that children could feel the pain because their nerve endings hadn't grown.
I think it ran from 1972 to about 1979. I'm right there with you. I'll tell you my
so.
story.
We
in a
had no pain relief whatsoever. We
At
were
all.
just in the chair, head back, and with standards by today's by today's standards, the whole thing would be a safeguarding nightmare.
Yes.
You know, children lying back in a dentist room, often on their own with the dentist. Parents waiting in the waiting room with all the other
Hearing the
children.
screams.
Yeah, absolutely. But mine stems from that is that whole 3 fillings, no pain relief, maybe an hour in the chair or longer. I can't remember. Felt like a week.
Yep.
And coming out of there just exhausted and
Totally.
numb. Yeah.
But numb from shock rather than numb from pain because they didn't do any pain relief at all.
Yeah.
I remember in
I mean, literally white knuckles.
in
White
London,
knuckles.
I had a dentist who literally would drill with no anaesthetic whatsoever into children's teeth because back then, as Mark says,
That's what I
they
had.
didn't
That's
believe
what I had.
didn't believe that children could feel that. It's like
And I can remember
so utterly
being
ridiculous,
not
isn't it?
thumped, but just where the dentist is leaning over you, just a whole elbow nudge, saying that doesn't hurt.
It really does.
If he won't be alive now, but if he was, I'd kill him.
Oh,
I'd kill him.
wow.
I'd kill him because he was sadistic. Absolutely. And what a great profession for somebody that is naturally sadistic.
yeah. That's taken a dark turn.
Because the exams, the qualifications would be far more superior now than they would have been
of course.
back there. You know,
And actually, dentists now are having to live down all of the stuff that because I mean we walk in with fear and they go, is this fear from childhood? This is like absolutely it is, very much so. I mean, kids go to the dentist now, if you can even get a dentist, but we'll come on to that in a moment.
hi, Keir.
Kids get a a much better time of it now at the
Yeah,
dentist. They
absolutely,
get
yeah.
the pain relief, and there are now even like gels that you put on the gum before they inject it, so it makes the gum go numb. There are an awful lot of postcodes that you can't get a dentist in now.
No, can't.
NHS dentist.
Yeah. And I don't know where that's going to end, because I see on the news, on my timeline, people going to places that, well, they come back and they look like teeth like a castle wall.
You mean Turkey?
Turkey
teeth?
No, not necessarily, because Turkey's got a very good reputation. And when the time comes, I'll have a package tour out there. But no.
Let's plan it now.
Turkey's kind of stolen the show.
Yep.
But before Turkey, there were places where people would go because it was cheap, and actually there was no regulations whatsoever. And
true.
you know, and we're not just talking dentistry; we're talking cosmetic surgery,
Tummy tucks and all
tummy
of that.
tucks. Yeah. But teeth is one that's very prominent at the moment. I know somebody that's just been and come back, and he spent £3,000. What's that? About €7,000.
Yeah.
Having some back teeth replaced in Turkey, and I said to him,
I think your exchange rate's a bit out, but
maybe. How did it go? And he was all over it. He said, I'll probably never visit a dentist here in the UK ever again.
So he would go back and said, amazing. That's
absolutely.
really good.
And he said they were just amazing. And he said that it's all out of season because they're using hotels out of holiday season. So where they would be empty, they're getting a good rate. They're doing a lot of the pre-work at the hotel before you go in for the dentistry. And he couldn't rave about it enough.
I can link dentistry and why I haven't read a newspaper for 30 years, if you're interested.
Yeah.
When I was on the radio, I went to the stop it, me. When I was on the radio,
It feels 5 minutes.
Yeah, quite. I went to the dentist and they did a procedure where it was a root canal and they inject a bleach-like substance deep down into the root so that it's all clean for when they do. Is that? Now, I said on the radio this procedure that had been happened, and there was a complaint. There was an Ofcom complaint, or IBA back then. And a woman had written to the station saying that I had said to brush your teeth with bleach. Now, I hadn't done that. It was the furthest thing away from what I'd said. And there was a full investigation and the IBA cleared it, like the Ofcom clears it. There was no, I hadn't said it, she'd misheard, all of that. However...
Did we mishear Donald Trump?
Wait. However, on the Sunday Times, the week after all of the IBA complaints had been announced, the Sunday Times printed that I had said this and did not print that it had not been upheld, that I actually hadn't said that at all. They just went with the headline that radio presenter says he brushes teeth with bleach. And I have never believed a newspaper headline since then. If the Sunday Times of all the industrial organs can do that...
Is their proprietor who I think it is?
Yeah.
Sunday Times?
Yeah. Absolutely. So if you want a reason not to believe the press, there's one actual reason, and it's just I haven't read a newspaper for 30 years for that.
I don't think anyone will be surprised that newspapers lie.
No.
But what was really interesting was during lockdown, where people were literally going back to old 40s and 30s style home dentistry of, pulling them out with teeth, with string on
wrapping
doors.
a bit of string, slamming the door.
Because they couldn't get a dentist appointment. There were a lot of things that were just out of anything to do.
Of course, when I was a kid, in Sweeney Todd times, we all had wooden teeth. Oh no, that's more Elizabethan times, isn't it?
The first.
They would exactly. They would give people dentures of wooden teeth.
Well, wooden teeth was seen as a mark of wealth.
Absolutely.
Because sugar was so expensive that only the wealthy could have rotten teeth. So anyone...
It's the opposite of now.
Absolutely, the complete opposite. And sugar is so inexpensive now. How did it become from like a delicacy to... It's almost like women and their nails. Nails is a sign of wealth because... if you had the time to sit there and have somebody do your nails and you could grow them long, you didn't have a manual job and all those
now you just stick them on.
But exactly that. Now people are going for nails, and nail bars are everywhere, sticking plastic on. I mean, I guess with the dentistry,
same thing.
The same principle applies. I would probably go for implants.
Expensive. Have you seen how expensive implants are?
Yeah, I would probably look at that. But yes, the sign of wealth is now having white Simon Cowell style teeth.
Implants.
And actually, it just looks a bit fake.
Implants in this country or implants in somewhere like Turkey? Would you say?
Oh, I haven't thought that far ahead.
Oh, okay. But it's all on the table.
Nothing's off the table. But yeah, it's funny how things move around, and what was seen as wealthy is now and long nails were seen as wealthy, but now it's so cheap and tacky. Sorry if you like your nails being done.
I like people's nails like that.
But I don't. I think it looks cheap and tacky because on the day of having them done, they look great. Then they start to grow off and they just look a bit...
If you take care of them, they don't. But I understand I've seen people with really raggedy looking nails.
Look a bit crack whore. Yeah.
Wow. And on that note, I'd love to know what you think of the dentist. Whether you have fear of the dentist.
Sorry.
Whether it's something that you have an inbuilt fear of, or whether you're fine with the dentist. Drop us a note in the comments, and remember, like and subscribe, and we'll be back next week.
Yeah, I've just thought about saw movies. That's where they pull the teeth out. See you next week.